All right, Jaylon. So your first fight with Bellator. Tell us how everything's going so far.
Everything is great on weight. Gonna get some rehydration a little later, and probably hit some more, a little more weight cut. But other than that, everything's great. Love it.
And all the preparations with the pandemic going on, how does it affect your game plan?
Honestly, it really hasn't. I've been training ever since the pandemic started. I was training before the pandemic, ever since my last amateur fight. So I've been really prepared for this moment for a while now, since January, honestly.
And can you tell us anything that you've done to prepare for this opponent in particular?
Smash. That's it. That's all I see, and that's all I'm trying to go in there and do. Hurt him, damage him in any way possible.
We'll go to Donna.
Hey, Jaylon, how's it going?
Howdy.
There's never been a more exciting time to be a bantamweight in MMA, right?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity on the rise, and I'm going to, I'm an opportunist, so I'm going to seize it all.
Yeah. There's, in all the various divisions, be it the UFC, be it in Bellator where you are, there's so many names. Anyone sticking out for you?
Ooh. Patchy was going back and forth with me a couple months before his fight with the champion now, Archuleta. So, eventually when I'm 6-0, we'll get there. We'll get there. I want him on my 7th.
Anything for maybe James Gallagher?
He doesn't impress me. Not in the slightest.
You excited about making your pro debut, and obviously under the Bellator banner as well? I mean, it's a huge opportunity. You're opening the show in a time where MMA is being watched more than ever because it's one of the sports that has been back. This is an exciting time for you to be making your pro debut, yeah?
Oh, yes. I'm excited. Put on a show. I want to show the world that I'm a martial artist. I'm not just a fighter. And we're going to do everything in our power to prove that.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Gareth.
Good evening, Jaylon from London. Gareth A. Davis calling. You're 23. You're making your debut. We don't know a lot about you yet. Tell us how you've come into the sport and why it drew you. You're the new breed, as you say. Why did it draw you in?
Well, it's a long story, but we'll start from the beginning of just bullies. Like, I feel like most fighters, there's a time when you're bullied, and there's a time where you had to fight back. And there's a time when, in middle school, I was bringing the whole crowd to fight one bully that everyone thought I was just going to lose to. And that was not a good day for him. So that was the start of everything. And ever since then, I knew I wanted to be a MMA fighter. Ever since a girl showed me my first arm bar. So I was like, this is dope. This is sick. So, yeah.
All right, Lenny.
How's it going, Jaylon? How are you?
I am doing fine, my man. How are you?
Yeah, glad to hear. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. So you're 9-0 as an amateur in MMA, 7 finishes in 9 fights. Can the fans expect to finish in your professional debut this Thursday?
Absolutely.
Straightforward answer. I like it. Thank you so much, and good luck this Thursday.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Gareth.
Sorry, Jaylon. I don't know what happened. I got cut off then. You were just telling me back in middle school you were getting bullied. It was a fascinating start to your story.
Yes. Yeah. So everyone thought I was going to lose to this, this renowned, the popularity contest never stops no matter where you go. And since then, he brought the whole school. I had 4 friends with me. Well, one was my brother, so I had 2 friends with me. And ended up beating them in front of the whole middle school, and never got caught though. So that was awesome. But it was always fighting bullies growing up and learning to defend myself in peculiar situations because I was a skinny guy. I'm still a skinny guy.
So on that day when he presumably was the school bully then, and he was putting his weight around, probably a much bigger guy than you as well.
Oh yes. I'm still, he was maybe a couple inches taller, but you can tell he had more meat on his bones. But as skinny guys, we cut, it hurts way more when we hit you.
And what did you know at that point? Had you kind of known in your life at that point you were always going to, you weren't going to back down, if you know what I mean?
Oh yes. I knew that any confrontation that was going to be brought upon my doorstep, that I would confront in full force, and I wouldn't be scared. Yeah. Ever since that day, ever since that day, I kind of just catapulted and took everything more serious. And I got the first UFC game, and I was just like, dope. Okay, these are fighters. Like this is real. Like I was watching WWE, and I was like, no, this is real. The real stuff. So ever since then, I was like, that's what I want to do, and I defended myself in any bully situation.
I'm sure you're going to tell this story over and over. Did you have to be the man in your house at a very young age, or
No, my dad did not let us win. My dad was we would always wrestle with my dad. We grew up in a real, two other brothers. One was my age, and our dad would hold us between his legs, and he would pinch our noses, and we would try to wrestle. He would never let us win. And that's the key there. There was not really, I wasn't raised in a household where we bred weakness. We're built on strength and honor. And ever since then, I was just like, we just continue going. We continue to push and fight forward no matter what.
Well, you sound amazing. Do you feel like you have a genuine destiny in this sport then?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for hearing that too.
No, I can't wait to see you fight, and I can't wait to meet you as well. You sound amazing. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
All right, our last question comes from Steve June.
Hello, Jaylon. Thank you for the time today. Earlier on the call, you mentioned that you don't rate James Gallagher very highly. He's 11-1 so far in his career, and you're just making your Bellator debut. So how have you formed that opinion, and what would you like to say to him if you actually get the chance to go face-to-face with him?
Well, I'm no disrespecter. I don't disrespect people. I just don't think that highly of people as well. I don't have expectations for anybody. The only person I expect highly of is myself. So if I saw him, I'd say, hey, you're an awesome fighter, and I would love to fight you. It's all respect at the end of the day. I have no ill will or ill manner towards anybody, but I do not, see him on my level, because there's levels to this sport, and you guys will see that as time goes by.
All right. Best of luck on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Jaylon. Appreciate your time. We'll be joined shortly by Sumiko